What's happening, everyone? Welcome back in. Today, I'm going to dissect kind of some of the linear stuff that I've started to be asked questions on at clinics and things like that. So, for me, I try and not play any patterns. Now, I've started through experimentation, finding things I like, which means they come up more often. But I deliberately try and not play patterns or set licks or set orchestrations. I try and improvise as much as possible. Now, the stages of learning, which at some point I will do a video series on, which I do in all my 2016 clinics, is there are 3 stages of learning absolutely anything. Any skill: cooking, camera work, film editing, drums. The first stage is to really get to know the nitty-gritty, the building blocks. The second stage would be to apply that. And the third stage would be totally free and improvise and be free to create music with that. There are still minor stepping stones in between each of those stages. So today I'm going to show you a little one to get you from stage 2, which is deliberate applied stuff. For instance, right, left, kick, kick 4 times as an application, to total free improvisation, which is where I'm trying to go to with all of my drumming. So I call this the dropping down principle, because basically what we're going to do is we're going to play a stream of notes and then we're going to drop down to the kick drum. Now, more often than not, playing 3 notes on the bass drum is a little too hard. So let's limit it to 2 on the kick drum. So we can play a maximum of 2 notes. And let's actually just say we can only play 2 notes on the kick drum. Don't think about where you're going to place those notes. Just decide to play 2 of them. And as soon as you have done 2, come back up to the snare or around the toms. So let me demonstrate that. No click track, just really slow. No toms either. I'm just going to do it on the snare drum, just to show you what it feels like just to improvise down at the kick drum and back up. And I'm going to play 2 on the kick drum. Sounds like this. Now within there were groups of 3, groups of 5, groups of 7, I'm sure. There was variations of right, left, kick, kick. There was I think there was a right, left, left kick in there. But instead of thinking of them as, right, I'm going to play that, and then, oh, I must play this, and then I must play that, it was more, when did I want to hear a low tone? Because to me, I'm trying to get to the stage where the bass drum is the lowest of my 3 or 4 toms, depends what I play with. It's always going to be the lowest unless you're playing in a massive 20-inch or 25 or 6-inch gong drum over here. So if I can think of it as a low tone, I can maybe go to it more organically than if it was kick drum. The same thing could be applied to 1 bass drum, which is a little bit harder, and that's what I'm working on at the moment. So let me demonstrate the same principle, but I can only play 1 bass drum before going down and coming back up. Let's try it. Now that, orchestrated around the drums, could lead to an infinite number of patterns based upon how you hear the musical information you're getting. Because obviously if that's a low tone, you could start playing some bass drum stuff, Dave Weckl style, floor tom, bass drum interplay kind of stuff. This can also be applied to jazz. It could be applied to a left foot hi-hat. The idea is to use the thing you're practicing in a more organic way. So let me demonstrate that with a click track and some time at a medium tempo of 120. Now at certain points there you heard I kind of threw in 2 floor toms and now didn't quite come out right. To practice this way uses a different part of your brain, the more conversational part, which is how you want to play music. You want to play music freely, I'd imagine. So to me, practicing these kind of exercises might seem like noodling, but it's actually really helpful for getting you prepared for how it's going to be when you play music. So try that with anything that you want to play or use more in your grooves or fills. And if you like this lesson, which I really hope you did, click subscribe and I'll catch you next time.